Okay, let's check your attendance first. Liaison. Liaison. Okay, close it. Aman. Arslan, off. Close your camera. Without permission, do not open it. Okay. Okay, Arslan. Jareer. Jareer. Rayyan Siddiqui. All right. So these are the students who are attending the class right now. There are 7. So take out your books of SST and open page number 91. Liaison. Yes, Liaison start reading. The Amritsar massacre.
Yes, sir.
The Amritsar massacre from here.
Yes, sir. Muslim and Hindu leaders asked the British to give them more power in their own government.
Okay, first, Liaison, tell me about it. Have we studied this before?
Yes, sir, we have.
So what's the point of reading it again? What do you think? We are right now we are revising it. Okay, we are just taking a revision of it. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, carry on. Carry on.
Muslim and Hindu leaders asked the British to give them more power in their own government. The British made a few changes but did not let the people here govern themselves. People started to meet to protest about this. The Indian National Congress and the Muslim League held meetings about it. Then the British governor of the Punjab banned protest meetings. In 1919, a crowd of Muslims and Hindus met at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. The British general sent soldiers to close the only entrance and to shoot the people. They killed hundreds of people, men, women, and children. Many others were wounded. After that, more and more people wanted the British to stop ruling the subcontinent.
Subcontinent. Yes. Okay. Enough. Okay. I have a question for everyone. The question is that what were the protest meetings about? Okay, raise your hands and then confirm me that how many students are here who want to give the answer of this question. No one? Okay, let me repeat my question. Okay, Aman wants. Yes, Aman. Yes, Aman, go ahead. Okay, mashallah, many students are here. Yes, Aman.
Sir, I want to ask a question.
Yes, you can. Go ahead. But in the louder voice. Voice is slow, I cannot hear you.
Sir, what page are we reading right now?
We are on page number 91 and 92.
Okay.
Okay, yes. So, Jareer, have you got my question? And do you want to give the answer? Or protest meetings?
So I want to get the answer. So
Yeah.
the Indian Muslim League and the Indian National Congress did protest because they wanted to rule to govern themselves.
To govern themselves. So, was it right for them to govern there when there was already a government? So it was right for the people, the Muslims and the Indians to take the government from the
Yes.
hands of British rulers? Why? Why do you think so?
Well, because a nation should have their own governors.
So okay, so do you are saying that a nation should have their own governors, right? So it means that they were not considering British people, British rulers as their leaders because they did not belong to subcontinent. Is it
Yes,
right,
sir.
Jalil? Okay, right. Jazakallah for the confirmation. So let's move towards the next question. Yes, Aman Ahmed, what do you say? Let me take his question answer first. Yes, Aman. Yes, Aman. Okay, Ibrahim. Yes, Ibrahim.
Can you tell me what we are doing? I just came in the meeting.
Oh, you are late. It means you are late in the class. So yes, Ibrahim, we are studying right now social studies of grade 5, and in social studies we are on chapter the struggle for independence. Okay, we have studied this chapter in the school, but right now we are just reviewing it and revising it. Okay, Ibrahim, right? Okay, so let's carry on. So the next question is they were having some progress. Okay, right? So yes, the people, the Muslims and the Indians, they all were having progress in the subcontinent everywhere. Okay, where they went, especially in Amritsar, they were having a lot of meetings, and also they were doing protest. So do you think that these meetings and protests changed the situation for them? They got their rights? Do you think? Yes, please tell me about it. How many students are listening me? Okay, okay. All the latecomers who have joined my class a bit late, so go on page number 91 and quickly read the Amritsar massacre. Okay, you have 2 minutes, everyone. Quickly, page number 91 and 92. There are two paragraphs on both pages, so see these paragraphs and then yeah, Ibrahim.
Sir, repeat your question. Can you?
Yeah, okay. Listen now. My question is that there were a lot of protests and meetings in subcontinent. Okay, regarding the government. So my question is that did the people of subcontinent uh, got the government by these protests and meetings? Were they successful in getting their government up there?
Sir, the British uh, the British only gave them more. They Muslim and Hindu leaders asked the British to give them more power in their own government, but the British made only a few changes
Mhm.
and did not let them govern themselves. That's
Okay, you
why
mean okay, Jazakallah. So you mean to say that, sir, there all these protests and all these meetings were of just a waste of time? You do say? Would you like to say that, Ibrahim? They were just
yes,
wasting their time.
yes, because the British wasn't listening them.
Okay, the British were not listening them. Okay, right. Okay, let's move towards Ali Hassan. No, Ali Hassan. Yes, I think there are two students who are raising their hands. Okay, if they have something to ask, then I will allow them. Otherwise, please lower your hands. Yes, Ali. Yes, Ali. All right. So let's move towards the next question. Listen to this question, boys, everyone. I'm not
Sir, can I ask
showing.
a question?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Sir, why did the British ask them to shoot the people outside the bath?
Yeah, we are just coming out towards this one. This question is in my list. Inshallah, we'll be discussing it. Okay, shortly. Just wait for some time. Okay. Okay, now today I'm not showing the questions in the slides, but just I'm verbally asking you. So I also want to check your listening skills, that how you are understanding every point of me what I'm saying right now. So let me repeat the question of Ali Hassan in a broader way, like why do you think the British general sent soldiers to shoot the protesters who were not rioting, but they were just attending meetings peacefully? Okay, at that time when they were having meeting in a very peaceful environment, so what was the point of sending soldiers and fighting the innocent people? What was the point? Yes, Yusuf Faisal.
I can't listen you.
You cannot listen me because of internet connection, I think, I guess. Okay, Ahmed Mansoori. Yes, Ahmed. Ahmed, I cannot listen your voice. Sorry. Okay, Rayanuddin Siddiqui. Rayan, the thing which I want to say that you raise your hand and then you lower your hand. Either keep raising your hand or lower your hand. Because when you raise your hand, so you come up on the top of the list, but when you lower your hand, so your name vanishes. So I cannot take your answer. So keep raising your hand for a while, okay? Show some patience over here in the class. Okay, go ahead. Yes, Rayan. Listen, I'm waiting for your answer. No, you're not speaking. Okay, Ibrahim.
Sir, they shot innocent
Hmm.
people because they that if they did many meetings, they would also do treachery, and then the British ruling over Pakistan, over Indians and Hindus and Muslims would be over. So that's why they went
Mm-hmm.
and they shot innocent people. But there was a
Mm-hmm.
very, very big, uh, uh, very big fight.
Okay,
And
enough. Okay.
sir,
Okay, Jazakallah. Yes, yes, Ibrahim. I have got 70% of your answer, and I have almost understood everything. So I want to move towards Basil. Yes, he's raising his hand for for a long time. Yes, Basil.
Sir,
Same
the
questions
British
for you.
general sent soldiers to to shoot the people because the British banned protest meetings.
Why they banned protest meetings? They were peaceful. They were not having weapons in those meetings. They were not
Sir,
using weapons. They were not.
they want to rule the subcontinent.
Yeah, they were already ruling. So what's the point of ruling again? They were already ruling the subcontinent. So my question remains same. Okay, well tried, Basil. You have made a nice try. Jazakallah. Yes, Jareer.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood the question? Are you thinking about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So okay, now let me tell you the answer, real answer of this question. Okay, at that time, British officials knew that there was completely unrest situation in the subcontinent. The British were thinking that uh, these why are these meetings are taking place in the subcontinent? We have the government. They were suspicious. They were suspicious about any British meetings. So they were thinking that there is secret happening, and they were afraid of them. So yeah, historians have written that the army generals gave command to shoot, because they were believing that this would put a stop to any riots. Okay, to any fight. Okay, they were thinking that if we shoot these people, uh, so maybe in future we can keep ourselves safe from the people of from the people of Muslim League and other political groups who were working or who were protesting out there. So they already showed them. Yes, Ali Hassan, raise your hand if you have understood. Yes, Ali Hassan. This was the question of Ali Hassan, and he asked this question. Okay, right. So now let's move towards it's a fact part that is on page number 92. Go on to page number 92 and read it's a fact part. There is a small box from in 1921. Okay, who will read this? Raise your hands, everyone. Who wants to read this part on page number 92 and who have seen this box? Okay, Arslan Adil. Yes, Arslan Adil. Go ahead. Yes, Arslan.
Sir, can I read?
It's a fact part on page number 92.
Sir, can I read?
Arslan Adil, I cannot understand you.
Sir, can I read?
Yes, you go ahead. I've told you to read it, Arslan. Go ahead.
In 1921, the Prince of Wales, the son of British Queen Victoria, visited India. Usually, crowds of people went out into the streets to greet British royal visitors. This time, the streets were almost empty, and the people who went out stayed silent.
Right. Okay. So, Jazakallah for reading it. So the question is, yes, I hope that you have understood this. It's a fact part. The question is, why did only a few people turn up to see the British prince? Why were there only few people? Yes. If you have understood the question, please raise your hands. Only those students who want to give the answer will raise their hands. Okay, Rayanuddin Siddiqui. Yes, go ahead, Rayan. Okay, the question is, why did only few people turn up to see the British prince? Why? There was a very few number of people. I want to ask the reason that why they were in a few number. Before this time, they were in greater number. They were on roads in a greater number to see the people. I think he's silent, so let's move towards Basil. Yes, Basil. Ahmed.
सर पहले का raise hand हुआ होगा.
Okay, right. Yes. Yes, Ali Hassan.
Sir, the only few people went out to see the prince was because the British had killed many people at the Jallianwala Bagh.
Okay, let's move towards Ibrahim. What is he saying? Yes, Ibrahim.
Sir, that people only a few people in number went to greet the prince because they wanted to be freed by the British and and wanted their government.
Okay, okay, same answer you have given, but the answer actually is not right. From yes, Ali Hassan and Ibrahim, they both have not given right answers. They have tried, although actually the main reason that the people were not happy at that time. Okay, they were completely unhappy with the people. So when the prince came in the subcontinent, so they were not feeling pleased. That is the reason they did not come on the streets. Okay, they were thinking that let them go. Just the prince has come. Okay, we don't care about it. Just okay, prince would come here, so we will ignore him. So raise your hands, boys, if you have understood. Yes, everyone. Okay, Jazakallah for the confirmation. Okay, now listen that another question. Yes, why were these people silent? Why were they silent? Hmm. Let's see. These people were silent, okay? At that time, these people were silent. So I wanted to know another reason. Why were they silent? Hmm. Let's see towards, yes, let's move towards Aban is one. Yes, Aban is one. What have you understood this question? Have you understood this question of mine? Whatever what I have just asked you right now. Aban, Ali Irfan, have you understood this one? Okay, all those students were silent and they're not opening their mics. So I'm curious about these people. So why are they silent? They're not responding. A few students, like in this class, so they have tried to speak over here and they have given their answers, although those answers were right or wrong. I do not think about it, but I'm just seeing that who is participating in the class and who is silent. Yeah, I have a great number of boys over here in the class, mashallah. I have 13 students who are right now, but most of them are silent. I don't know why. I think they are sleeping, or I don't know. Huzam, Yusuf Faisal, Rayan Siddiqui, Aman, Ali Irfan. Yeah. Okay, Aman, go ahead.
Sir, what is your question?
My question is that when the prince visited subcontinent, so the people were so silent. Why were they silent? Okay, just tell me about it.
Sir, because
Hmm.
this time the people were not happy.
Why? Oh, yes, we know that. I have told you they were not happy, they were not pleased, but there was another. The same answer cannot be given. Okay, I have given this answer in the previous question, but I cannot repeat my same answer in this question as well. Okay, the answer is different. Yes, Ali Hassan. Let's see that what Ali Hassan says. Yes, go ahead, boy.
Sir, it was because
Hmm. Yeah, it was because.
sir, they were silent.
Sorry, it was because.
Sir, it was because they killed some people at the Jallianwala Bagh.
Yeah, this was the reason. Okay, this was the reason. Ali Hassan gave this answer in the previous question, but the previous question was that why did the people not come on the streets to protest? Okay, or to see the prince. So the answer was different because they were not pleased. But in this question, I have asked you that why they did not show their protest, or why they did not. Actually why they were silent. So the answer is the people were afraid. They were very afraid actually, because there was an incident happened in Jallianwala Bagh when the army of British, they killed a lot of people out there. So that was the reason of their silence. All right, so let's move towards the next topic, that is meetings and conferences. Okay, let's see that how many students are here who want to read this. Raise your hands if you how many of you want to read this. Raise your hands. Okay, I can see Aman, Yusuf Faisal. Okay, keep raising your hands, boys who have raised your hands. Keep raising your hands, do not lower your hands, okay, for a while. Ali Irfan, go ahead.
In 1928, the British had meetings to decide how India should be governed. They did not ask any Indians to go, so the Indian National Congress held their own meetings.
Okay, bus Ali Irfan, bus enough. Okay, Aman Ahmed, go ahead.
The Indian National Congress said that India should have home rule. British should not rule India at all. They also
Bus Aman, bus enough. Okay, yes. Arslan Adil. No, Arslan Adil has studied. Rayan Siddiqui. From where the previous boy has left. Yes. Continue the reading. Continue, Rayan.
They also wanted no more separate elections for Muslim because separation by religion was wrong. The
Okay,
Muslim
right,
League
bus.
thought
Bus, enough, enough. Yusuf Faisal, carry on. Yes, Yusuf Faisal, go ahead. I'm not listening you, Yusuf.
Muslim League
Carry on, Muslim League.
because there were so many more
Okay, there was a distortion. Yes, Ahmed, can you read these two lines once again? Yes, Ahmed Mansoori, go ahead. But your voice is very slow. Fix your microphone. Check your microphone, Ahmed, and then speak. Okay. Every time your voice is very slow. I cannot hear you. Let me go towards Aban. Is one. Yes, Aban. Aban. Okay, Jareer.
yes, sir.
Read it. The Muslim League thought. Carry on. Do you have the book, Jareer?
Muslim
Okay, this.
League thought their wishes would not count because there were so many more Hindus. Then the British government held the round table conferences in London to decide how to govern India. This time they invented leaders from the
They
subcontinent.
invented. They
This
invented leaders. They were scientists.
they invited leaders from the
Mhm.
subcontinent. This is what
Okay.
happened. We shall split India into different
Bus. Okay,
states with
bus. Enough. Jareer, enough. Yes, Ali Hassan, carry on. Yes, carry on from where Jareer has left. Yes, Aban, you go. You go ahead.
We
Okay.
shall split India into different states with some government of their own, but we shall be in charge of money, taxes, the army, and the
In
police.
charge of money. We shall be in charge
In
of money.
charge, in charge of money, taxes, the army, and the police.
Okay, who said this?
British government.
Okay, continue.
We disagree. We disagree.
And yes, who said this?
Muslim League.
Muslim League. Okay, right. So yes, we have studied meetings and conferences. So on page number 92 and 93. Now let's move towards some questions. The first question is from this topic is that who went to the first meeting? Yes. Who was the first to attend the meeting? Yes. Let me go towards Rayan Siddiqui. Yes, Rayan.
Yes, sir.
Who went to the first meeting? Yes. Can you tell me about it? Okay, Aban Rizwan. Can you tell me about it? Aban Rizwan.
Sir, what?
Who went to the first meeting? There were meetings and conferences, and I want to ask about that. Which party, or which group of people? Okay, what was the group of people who went to first in the meetings? Very simple answer, I think. Very simple. Okay, Basil. Okay, let me change my question. Okay, let me ask you another question. It may help you guys. What did the Indian National Congress do at that time? What was the role of Indian National Congress at that time? Raise your hands. I think this is the easier one. Okay, no one is looking interested over here. So I will be. Yes, Rayanuddin Siddiqui, are you there? Rayanuddin. Okay, wait for some time. Wait. Okay, two questions. I have not been, yes. Jarir Khalil, can you tell me about the role of the Indian National Congress?
Can you repeat the question?
Okay, he said, yeah, my question is, what was the role of Indian National Congress?
Sir, it held meetings and protests to govern themselves.
Okay, Ali Hassan. Okay, Ali Hassan.
Sir, in the meeting, they asked all the leaders of the Muslim League and the Indian National Congress that they will split India with their own government, but they should be in charge of money, taxes, the army, and the police.
Okay, it means that they wanted to keep the hold of themselves. Okay, everything. Okay, they were the first people. Okay, they who held the meetings first. Okay, what were the views of Muslims about it? Okay, when they put up their suggestions, like in,
Muslims did not agree with this.
okay, the Muslims did not agree with this. Okay, wait, Ali Hassan, Ibrahim.
I agree with Ali Hassan's uh, answer.
You agree with the answer of Ali Hassan, but what he said, can you repeat? What
Then he
Ali
said
Hassan said?
that Muslims did not agree.
Muslims did not agree with the ideas of Indian National Congress. Okay, right. So yes, probably the second last question of today's class is that what did the Indian National Congress and Muslim League think of that? Okay, what was happening out there? Yes, they were having different views. Okay, so can you tell me about it?
And what?
What did the Indian National Congress and Muslim League think of that?
Sir, Muslims thought it was a bad idea, but but
I'm talking about the British rule. Okay, so British, yes. Now listen, yes. Now listen, Ibrahim. Okay. Okay, actually, yes, Muslims, although Muslims had disagreed with the ideas of Indian National Congress, but actually, Muslims and Indian National Congress on some different occasion, on some different point, they were together. They were together against British. Okay, so they made plans together sometimes, but if we talk about their friendship with together, if, uh, if we talk about the rule after the departure of British, so we can clearly tell that the Muslims were so desperate to take their own land from the British rulers. That was right. But when the British were in charge, and at that time, Muslims and Indian people, Indian National Congress leaders, they created a bonding to take their lands from British. Okay, right. So this was the conclusion, and this was today's lesson about Amritsar massacre, and we have studied about the meetings and conferences in the year 1928 when the British and all these leaders, all these people were having different meetings, and the agendas and the purpose of the meetings was for Muslims as the perspectives of Muslims and Congress leaders. So it was to take the lands. But if we talk about the British rulers, so if we talk about their meetings, so they were just thinking to crush everyone, okay, to crush Muslims and to crush Congress. So they were not at that time they were not in the mood of giving independence to them. So yes, boys. So this was today's revision class. I hope that we have taken it very well. So inshallah, we'll be meeting in the next week with some different topic. And on Friday, inshallah, we'll be having division as today we have. But inshallah, in the next class, we will be meeting. Till then, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Brandon.